course.
Well, I'm eager to discuss this topic because it's a constant issue, something we'll always have to deal with. Now we have a little extra time on our hands to make a difference. The pollution on the island is always going to be an issue, but we're here to discuss how it affects our marine life and how we can help make a difference. What do you have to say about that?
Right, so right where Padre Island sits, you have a convergence of longshore currents. And so even in a perfect world where no one ever littered again at Padre Island National Seashore, you would still get debris from the Brazos, Colorado rivers, the Mississippi, Rio Grande, going out into the ocean and winding up on our beach. So there will always be a problem of marine debris pollution on the island. Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, due to COVID-19, we had a missed opportunity to have a large Adopt a Beach cleanup that we have every spring, because it involves gatherings of upwards of 100 people.
Mm-hmm. Which I'm sure is very effective when you're able to have it. So now when you're cruising up and down the beaches, are you a little disheartened knowing that a lot of it could have already been cleaned up had we had the event?
Sure, but what I want to talk about today is what a single person can do. Earlier this week,
still make a difference.
Right, and I don't want people to have a defeatist attitude, like there's no point because it's going to be there anyway. What I did earlier this week was I headed out to the shore and gave myself 1 hour just to show how much plastic a person can pick up in that amount of time. And just in a single hour, I estimate that I picked up about 50 pounds of plastic. It filled up 2 buckets. And the point I want to make is that was just one person. Imagine if a family went out there and did that together. Imagine if everyone who visited the seashore put in 1 hour in their trip to clean up plastic. And you can see then extrapolate out when we have 100 or so people doing that during our cleanups, why they're so valuable.
Absolutely, and one person can really make a huge difference. Even if it's not an hour, when I go to the beach, I try to make it a point to just clean up my area, whether it's my mess or not. Of course, there are certain precautions you want to take when cleaning up other people's messes. Is there a protocol that we should follow when we're picking up trash around the island?
Sure. I mean, proper safety things to consider. You want to wear sunscreen so you don't get a sunburn out there. You definitely want to wear gloves for hygiene reasons. You don't necessarily know exactly what kind of germs are on what you're picking up. I wear a mask due to current events, but it's not required on the beach, but it's good to have for those moments where you can't social distance, where it's impossible. I like to use a grabber. They're easily available at hardware stores, and that saves, the backache later that day. And then you don't even have to really worry about touching anything. But one unfortunate thing is if you spend any amount of time picking up litter, you might come across something dangerous like a needle. And we just want to remind people that if you do find a needle on the beach, don't pick it up. Instead, maybe flag it, put a stick in the ground where you found it. Remember the location it was in, and tell a ranger about it later so they can go and recover that safely.
Dustin, thank you so much for your time and for sharing this valuable information with us. We always look forward to our Coastal Bend Beach Report, and you all have been so helpful. Thank you. I think we all got some really useful information, and maybe a light bulb went off. We realized what a huge impact we can have on our Coastal Bend beaches. So just be conscious of pollution. Do your part to help keep Texas roads, beaches, and parks clean. All right, guys, coming up, we have your Coastal Living Challenge of the Day and some really great live music, Texas talent. We'll be right back.
You're watching Coastal Living on KZTV. Get the scoop on all things local by following us on Facebook and Instagram. We'll be right back on Coastal Living.